Hey, welcome to issue 40 of Common Comic Covers, a appreciation podcast for non-key comics. I'm Jeremy.
And I'm Andy.
Andy, how you doing? What kind of mood are you in right now?
Somber. So somber.
Okay.
What kind of mood are you in?
I'm good. You know, it's middle of the week when we're recording this. It's I'm living. But I'm excited to talk about comic books. We're gonna look at our common comic covers, our inbox, and a tour. Each of us are gonna take everyone on a tour. Andy, what is your common comic cover this week?
Yeah, I have a fun one. It's Justice League 3. The cover's by Jim Lee. I was going through it, and this is one of those, I don't know, I think I got it on Whatnot or something. I did not pay $50, I don't think. But it's signed by Jim Lee, which is cool. Cover by Jim Lee.
Right there on the bottom in silver pen.
Yeah. It's I don't have a lot of signed comic books, but this is one of them. And I had forgotten I had it, and I was going through a box. And what do you know? There it is. So I was like, oh, this will be great. These are not I don't think these are expensive books. The signature makes it the thing that's expensive. But I don't like how he draws women typically, and he did an okay job. But
it's not the best Jim Lee cover I've ever seen, but it's a common comic cover, and it's autographed by Jim Lee.
Yeah,
the great Jim Lee.
Yeah, he like runs DC Comics now. Yeah, I've seen so many of his. I don't like the way he draws women. I've always like put him on a pedestal as an artist, but I'm like, oh yeah, no, this isn't very good. Like, anyways, I'm not gonna be critical of him. He's very good. I'm just, what is your comment?
Why do you hate Jim Lee? Oh my gosh!
I don't. Wow,
that's amazing. Anyway, my common comic cover this week is Captain America.
Oh,
290 right there.
Oh, you could kick it over a little more.
Right there.
A little bit, the top right, you can't see. Okay, that's really cool, man.
Well, if I put it anymore, I'm going to be behind it.
I mean, you do it for the art. I really actually, that is a very dark cover. That's really cool. Is it black or blue?
It's black. It's black. Wow. It's almost it's kind of negative space-ish. Yeah. The whole cover is not black, but you have Mother Superior hovering above Captain America front and center, and then you have the Falcon and Nomad on there. This is a John Byrne cover.
He loves doing negative space, that guy.
And this is 1984. He is in his. Yeah. He is the man.
I've never seen that comic book before, and I love it. I'll stop talking so it can be on there.
Yeah, you're good. J.D. DeMatteis wrote it. The art is Ron Franz, and then again, the cover's John Byrne. I've read this comic book. It's okay. I mean, it's kind of that era of Captain America where there's some cool stuff going on, and then there's just kind of some boring stuff. Like I said, this is okay. It's fine. It's a good story. This one, actually, the story continues in 300. So it goes from 290, and then the plot line, which I think sums up how Captain America is doing in 1984.
It skipped 10 issues. A year later, you figure out what happened.
Yeah, a year later, you get to see what's going on with Mother Superior and Captain America. So that is my common comic cover this week. Andy, what's in your inbox?
Oh, yeah. So my inbox is a little weird. It is, I've been looking for this book because I thought I had it in my collection. And what do you know, I found it. It is Archie's Girls, Betty and Veronica, 321. This is from December of 82.
This reminds me of when I was a kid and I would go to Jazzercise with my mom.
Oh, that's cool. I never
Yeah.
did that, but yeah, that's it. That's 100%. So it has a $15 sticker on it. I don't know. I don't think I paid that. It may have been on like $7. But
Do you want to criticize this artist as well?
this is Dan DiCarlo. He's good at
The
drawing.
hack, Dan Hack DiCarlo.
And this is actually a very like a minor key. It is the second appearance of Cheryl Blossom in Title. So yeah, it's a minor key.
So is this something that you just got? Is that why it's in your inbox?
No, it's something I found. So I was like
in your collection.
Yeah. I was looking for it because I thought I had it, and then I finally found it. And I was like, oh, hey. And I wanted to show it off.
Yeah.
It's cool. There's the cheapest one on eBay is with shipping and everything. It's $22. It looks like it's better shape than this one. This one's not in very good shape, but it's cool. I'm happy to have it. The issue before that, I think, is their actual first appearance.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
An early 80s Archie family comic book.
Yeah.
Dan DiCarlo. Awesome.
Yeah,
I love it.
Yeah, I like these Dan DiCarlo Archie books. And they're you can get them cheap sometimes.
What's hard about those is that there's so many.
Yeah.
That it's hard. Like for me, I don't know a ton about that world, but I'll pull out my Key Collector app when I'm like flipping through dollar bins and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's like there are 30 various Archie books in there, and I don't know enough to know like, oh, this is one.
Yeah.
And like it's so hard to find them all on the Key Collector because there's so many offshoots, and it's Archie's gals and Archie's pals and Archie this and Jughead. So it's like, oh my gosh. So I usually just kind of am like, I like this cover.
Yeah.
I'll buy it.
Oh yeah, that's exactly what I do with Archie's too. It's like, oh, this is a cool one, or like,
and they're all Dan DiCarlo. Like,
90%
of them are Dan DiCarlo, but there's like someone's like, oh, I like that. It's kind of a cool. Anyway,
100%. I just like this cover and I bought it.
Awesome.
I had I don't think I think I got it at my comic book shop nearby.
Is that one of the exercise bikes that the tire's a fan as well? Is that a fan?
No, it just has circles.
Okay.
Oh, maybe it's a fan. I don't know.
Oh yeah.
It's not easy to see.
That is some high tech technology. No, that's not a fan. That's not a fan.
But
that's and got a couple of dumbbells there.
And the boys are checking out the ladies.
Wow, so much.
Yeah. What's in your inbox, my friend?
I'm excited to share this, and I have such a big stack that I'm going to break it up in the next few weeks here, unless I get something cool and different and my attention wanes. But a few weeks ago on Facebook, I saw an advertisement for something called the Geek Garage Sale, and it was here in Spokane, actually just north of Spokane in the city of Meade. And apparently they did it back in May or something, and they're like, hey, we're going to do it again. And so I put it on my calendar of something to do, and it was from 8 to 4, and it was literally in someone's garage. And I think it was like 2 or 3 guys like threw all their stuff together. So there were tons of vintage toys, tons of vintage collectibles, like vintage 80s and 90s kind of stuff. There might have been some 70s, maybe some 60s, but mainly like 80s, 90s. But then they had a ton of dollar boxes of comics. So everything I'm about to show you, I paid $1 for.
Nice.
So this is about half of this. This is about half of what I got that I'm going to share. I'll go fast, and I'll just hold these up. So I grabbed one of these for you. There's 2 of them. This is Superman Adventures #1. I grabbed this because it's cool, and it's a Bruce Timm cover.
Hey.
There you go, buddy. One of those is for you.
Thank you.
But you owe me $1. Then I grabbed Superman Adventures #5, which was
the first appearance of Livewire.
I believe it is, yes.
Oh,
yeah, nice. I paid $1 for it.
Nice.
And then this is the second time that I have 2 of these now. The other one I paid $30 for. This one I paid $1 for. It's Superman Adventures 21, even though it says Supergirl Adventures. And again, it's another Bruce Timm cover. Cool book. Here is another. I have Superman Adventures number 41. There's something significant about this one as well. I think it might be the last one, but it's in a poly bag.
Oh.
So I'll check it out. Again, it was $1. Super fun. I like the Batman adventure books. I'm not a huge Superman fan, but I don't know. I love just what am I going to find?
Yeah.
And then the next thing, just 4 more here, and it's a complete run of 164 through 167. Wonder Woman, volume 4, but these are all Adam Hughes.
Oh, cool.
He did a big Wonder Woman run.
Oh, yeah.
And I just grabbed all the Wonder Womans that they had there that were all Adam Hughes.
It's cool.
Great books. I like this one.
I have that one, actually.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Really cool books. So happy we did that. I took my one of my kids, and he bought a Godzilla and Rodan toy set and a Batman toy set for $13. And then in all, I think I got 21 comic books. He got those, and we were out of there for $30.
Wow.
Didn't find anything I was actually looking for.
Okay.
But I didn't go to find things I was looking for.
Find things that were great.
Find things that are great. What tour are you going to take us on today, Andy?
Yeah, man. This could have been my inbox too, but it is. I got these in the mail today. I bought them from Ted at Super World Comics. He has a comic book shop on the East Coast, and I watched his Instagram shows. And he does a thing at the end of the show. He's willing to take offers on books, so I made an offer on these books. I didn't watch the show. I just kind of caught the tail end, and I was like, "Oh, those are cool." And I was like, "Oh, those seem like a decent price for the grades." So this is Black Magic, Volume 2. Let's see if I can get that. The glare may not be so.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, Black Magic Volume 2, number 4, or the way a lot of places have it is number 10. It's from March of '52. It's from what is it? Prize Publications.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a Jack Kirby cover.
Mm-hmm.
I guess Jack Kirby and Joe Simon did the horror books, these Black Magic horror books, and this is also. Oh, so the word bubbles
those are early Kirbys.
Yeah, well, I mean,
not early.
40s. Yeah.
These
But he's breaking 52. He's breaking a mirror, and she's like, "Oh no, you're gonna cause so much bad luck." And then this one's crazy. But this is from March of '53, so a year later. And this is number 22.
Yeah, those are so cool.
Yeah, and this is like let's see.
Is the table alive?
I heard him scream, sir, when I rushed over. All I could find of him was that horrible image on the tabletop. This is the second disturbance at the new table. How did that awful thing get into the wood surface? Where is the customer? Who sat here? And it says, "Read the Soul Catcher." So it pulls people into the table.
I love it, man. Those are great.
Yeah. But yeah, these were not cheap, but they were. I feel like I was like pleasantly surprised because I was doing the research for the show, and I was like, "Oh, they're Jack Kirby covers." I had no idea. And they're not like prototypical Jack. I mean, like the guy here that's a very Kirby-esque monster, but the rest of it didn't really jump out as Kirby to me. But
you can find beat up Black Magics for less than $20.
They came out in the '70s too. These are the original run in the '50s.
Maybe I'm misunderstanding. Yeah, maybe I'm thinking that.
Yeah, you can. These are like in bad shape, or like what I saw on my comicbookshop.com is like $80.
Okay.
For really beat up. Well, these are low to mid grade ones that like fours, which is anyways 3 5s 4s that, and I got them for $150. So
That's awesome. Those are great.
yeah,
Great. Those are good books to have in your collection.
yeah. Thanks. How about you? What
I am going to take you on a
Oh,
tour, a journey to 1984.
I feel like we should do the Gilligan's Island song when we start doing this.
It is the height of Sir Alan Moore and his. I'm just setting this up here. He is probably in the middle of Swamp Thing, and in between his writings of Swamp Thing and right before Watchmen #1, one of the greatest, and critics will say this isn't me just saying, but I read it. I would agree. One of the best Superman stories out there.
Oh,
there we go. Alan Moore, Curt Swan. I'll just fade behind these beautiful.
There's Canadian price variants of those too.
I'm sure there are.
I do not have those.
So this is an imaginary story. This is not. It's Alan Moore used Silver Age Superman, and this is kind of like his imaginary conclusion to the Silver Age Superman. It's Superman number 423. The story arc is called "Whatever Happened to the Man of Tomorrow," and then the next one is Action Comics 583. They both came out September 1986, and I think I said 84, but I meant 86. Sorry about that.
Okay.
Again, both are Curt Swan, Mr. Superman.
Yeah.
It's a great story. It reads fast. So I paid $2 for this guy, as you can see.
It's missing a piece.
The piece. And then I paid $6 for this one.
It's not missing a piece. That's great.
$8 well spent.
Yeah.
And you can find them. I think eBay sells. You can get them for 15 to 20. I bought both of these. This I got at Giant Nerd Books, and this I got at the comic book shop by downtown Spokane. So I got them here in my local shops.
That's cool.
If you like Alan Moore, if you like reading comic books and reading good stories, and you have $10 or $20, you should buy these books. Every comic collector should have. I think anything 1980s Alan Moore you should have. If you like writing, if you're just into art, I mean, Curt Swan is cool, but the storyline were great. I want to share this out of our Between the Panels book that we referenced. This is great. This is from King Castle, or I don't know, a little bit about Alan Moore, because it's so long ago, and I don't know who's watching this, but if you know a little bit about Alan Moore, but Alan changed the role of the writer in comics. Kessel says his script contains more than a complete story. You can read his script and get the full impact of the comic. With most writers, you tend to read the script, and it's a framework for the artist.
Yeah.
There are certain of Alan's scripts where the single panel description will go on for 2 or 3 pages. He'll describe the mood, all the little elements in the scene. He'll talk about how the flowers are wilting because they've been left there for a day or two. He'll build every portion of the scene until you have the picture in your own head so strongly that reading the comic is like seeing Shakespeare again. Well said on Mr. Alan Moore. Obviously, I'm a fan, but I've read his Swamp Thing run. I've read, obviously, the Superman run. I've obviously read Watchmen. I've read, what was the Jack the Ripper one? I can't remember. V for Vendetta. I've read that. So I've read, all of his big ones. He's a great writer. Just a great story. And this Superman one is easy. It's light. It's fun. I don't want to give it away. I don't want to do a spoiler, but it's worth the read. Do you have these books?
No.
Yeah. Okay.
Don't.
Okay. Yeah. That's my tour.
Okay. So I have a question for you. What grade, like when you collect comic books, do you care about the grade? What grade do you like to collect? Like,
Okay.
I know you like to collect lower grade books, which, anyways, tell me what, and I'll tell you what
yeah.
my philosophy is.
I'll tell you exactly. So, I want the book.
Okay.
And so I would rather just have it. I don't care if it's wrinkly. I don't care if it's missing a corner.
Yeah.
Like, as a 9.8, right? This is what, $100, $200. I don't know. I want to read it.
Yeah.
I just want to read it. I want to have it. I want to be able to share it. I want to see it. And there's some books where they're just too expensive. And so for me, it kind of says a lot about my collection. Like, I have almost 2,000 comic books, but when you add it all up, it's, they're in rough shape. But I like having them. I'd rather have it. And so, where you're not you, but some people are going to take $100 and buy one comic book that they really want. I'm going to take $100 and buy 20 comic books that I really want. Or more. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, and I think part of it too, as much fun as eBay is, nothing as fun as like going to, there's a little head peeking.
I know.
Down there. Nothing is as much fun as going to, that's my geek garage sale companion there. But that's what I mean, like that stuff.
I have to click the box that says, do children appear in your video? And I have to click yes.
Oh, perfect. Sorry?
I don't know what it does.
What about you?
I think my sweet spot, especially with vintage books, I like to have it around four. So like it's complete. It's mostly all attached, but it shows its wear and age, and it's really most of the time it's not too expensive. I like that very good range. But sometimes some of the books you can't afford. Yeah, at a 4.0 either. So yeah, I think in that for like I have my very early Flash comic book, and it's a 2.5, but I have it, and it and it looks really good. It just has a stain on the back, and they just gave it way worse. Anyways, I'm very happy with my 2.5 Flash 105. But yeah, but yeah, I'm very similar. Like I bought that Batman 103. I really like it's like the first Silver Age Batman in the Batman title is Batman 103, and it has a coupon cut. But otherwise, the book is fantastic. It looks like it's probably like a 6.0 with a coupon that doesn't affect the story cut out of it, and I'm like, I am 100% fine with that. And would I ever upgrade it? Yeah, but I mean, yeah. So for me, 4.0 vintage is great. New comic books, it's a little bit different. Like when you're picking up half price book stuff, like half price is probably right. Like $2 for a mid grade 8.0 book is probably like appropriate. So. Yeah,
I like it. That was a good question. If you've made it this far in the episode, I'd love to hear what you think, listeners and subscribers. Shout out to all our new subscribers. Thanks for joining us on Comic Covers. But yeah, what do you think? What are you buying? Are you going to go for high grade, mid grade, or low grade at a beautiful, affordable price?
Yeah, and it is a lot of fun to find books in the wild when you have the opportunity to actually go places.
Love it.
And yeah, it is a lot of fun. The hunt is fun.
You'll be there soon, buddy.
Yeah, I hope so. Yeah. So anyways, as Ringo Starr says, peace and love, peace and love.